Should be good. DuckTales, woo! Alright, so Mike's picking me up. Desktop audio might be low, I'm not sure. But I hope it's good. Oh man, look at the size of my head. Massive from the side. Alright, I think I'm good. Let me set the mood lighting. DuckTales, woo! Booty, booty, oh yeah, that's good. I guess that looks kind of homey. Okay, I hope the mic. Oh yeah, that's right. I got rid of that stream. So I did a little stream where I was just testing the microphone out. So I moved the room. You're over here now. I don't know if I like this setup. Seems like I gotta look like that's you. This is my computer. It's kind of a long distance. I might move things around later, but we'll try this for now. But yeah, I moved things around. In fact, I can go ahead and cut this off. Get rid of even more of the background noise. I moved my computer like 10 foot away from my microphone. So hopefully a lot less background noise now. These blue pills. Viagra. I like to pop 2 Viagra before every stream. You know, just get me in the mood. Oh yeah, let me do this. Yeah, I don't know. I might need to move some stuff around. It was just the only way I can do it is to reverse my setup. Usually I'm on the right side of my TV. That's a little loud for me. There we go. Yeah, usually I'm on the right side of my setup. But I'm trying this out. It's the best placement I could get to move my computer away. And I tried putting some foam around my computer as well. Maybe to help reduce the noise. But I'm trying not to like hotbox my computer, you know? The mic's in a new position, which is good thing about this is I don't actually have to move the mic now when I go from this to that because it's right in the center. Used to be every time I would swap what I was streaming on, I'd have to go through this whole hassle of moving the mic and the camera. Well, I'll still have to move camera, but yeah. Alright. What am I missing? I'm missing this. I need this. Clean this surface off. I'm gonna sneeze. I feel it. Ah. Okay, so I think it should be good. I would love to hear it. I want to listen to it real quick. I just want to make sure the mic's still good, so let me do that real fast. So I mute this, and then I turn on the stream. Right, and there shouldn't be any echo. That's that one. Oh yeah, I don't hear anything now. Is it quiet? Oh, it's quiet because I've turned the speaker down. So it should be fine. I hope the mic's not too far away though. The one thing I'm wondering. I can stop doing that now. Yeah, it seems to be working great, and I don't have that noise was getting really bad on my last like 2. I don't know. I mean, it's always been kind of an issue and I've always been putting it off, but should be good now. I don't know. I'll just keep looking at it, fixing it as needed. So, I mean, it's not too bad. I can see, I put chat on my left side of the screen now. So, it'll be fine. Alright. Oh yeah, change scenes. Tablet. Bam. Yeah, this is on the wrong side now, though. I put it here. Yeah, I might shift all this over so that I can actually look at my screen a little better. But I don't want to do it now. I do love the backdrop being this. I've always wanted that to be the backdrop because that's where I got all my stuff. And honestly, I took all that down because it wasn't, I don't know, it was just collecting dust, right? And I packed everything up inside like little Ziploc bags. But man, that light really blows out. It does not look like that in reality. It's just what it does to the camera. It looks like the sun is right there. No, it's just a lamp. Okay, so is this thing set up right for like if I was right here? I gotta look way over there to see. It looks like it's pointing to the right a bit. I don't know. Whatever. Let's just continue on. I think it'll be fine. Alright, doing menus. Speaking of which, I have nothing set up and ready to go. So I did a lot of soul searching when it came to menus. And I think I came up with an idea of what I wanted. Honestly, it is amazing how diverse art styles are when it comes to menus and UI in general. Seems like every game you look at has its own style. There's a couple that repeat. And I tried like looking at all my favorite games, but usually they were just real plain, like a white border with a gradient and color background, and that was really it for all their menus. Which, honestly, I didn't care about it for my favorite games, and I never really paid any attention to it, then does it ever even matter, right? But I did find something which was like updated UI, like people remastering UI basically from old games, and looking at what they did to remaster, right? I think that was the best way to learn. And I mean, honestly, there's not much change. It's just making the borders a little more high quality, like a metallic look. And the backgrounds have like a texture on them. And usually it's like, from what I've noticed, the texture on the background is really the part that makes it fit into the game. So like, if it was a Castlevania game, they put like a quilted sort of like a gambeson kind of pattern on the back of the background, very light, you know, very subtle. But it just, I think that little bit makes it like, you know, read really well as it's part of the game. Plus the colors, but that one's a given. So I'm thinking, with that in mind, I'm going to use the metal color like I used in the, which I'll have to pull it up. I'm going to use the metal color like I used in the submarine as my border. And then I'll use that orange color that I used in the border for the other thing. I'll probably go with like a gray, the same thing I did before. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to go with on the background. But let's see here. I'll put all my files back up. What was I thinking? I knew one was like a fishing net, because that makes sense, underwater game. I could do like scales, like fish scales. A little weird, but maybe. Or like meteor kind of fragment. So make a pattern that's very crystal-like. Might even try the crystal wall that I've got before and just change the color of it. I mean, it's going to be so like in the background. It's not going to matter too much. I looked at a lot of games like I don't know, should I just show all this? I guess I can just show all this. I can show like what I'm using for reference instead of just talking about it. Okay, so this is the one I was talking about for like an upgraded, this was for Castlevania, but like an upgraded remastered UI. And when I saw this, I was like, yeah, that does look really nice. And then I just went through and I broke down, why does that look nice, right? And I think it's really just because you got more detail. It fits the theme of the game, right? And like I said, they've got this metallic looking border with kind of like an inlay, and then like this quilted background, just very light in the background of it compared to what was actually in the game. I didn't save a version of Castlevania's background, but Castlevania's is just like Final Fantasy. There's a lot of JRPG, RPG type games that had just white border with some sort of gradient. I remember Castlevania's was cool because you can actually change the colors of it, but you know, that's just like I don't know, it's just a thing. I don't really want to do that, but it was neat, I guess, for a kid. But yeah, I looked at other ones like what World of Warcraft does. I think this will be behind my camera. I always forget my camera's down in this bottom corner. Anyway, yeah, it's like World of Warcraft's, which this one's pretty, I mean, this is older, 2006, right? Maybe. Yeah, it kind of do like this metallic looking thing. I love the way they did the buttons though. The buttons kind of look like a switchboard kind of. I'm sure that's what the artist was thinking when he made these, is they're kind of like actual light up buttons. And when you highlight over them, they actually have them like, they look like they light up, right? So I thought that was pretty cool. Instead of having like the border around it like turn a color, or doing like what this does, which I kind of like this too. I'm just not, I have no I have no idea, you know, what exactly I want. Like, I don't know what's my style because I don't really have one. So I'm just trying to like piece together what I like. There's other stuff in here from other games. Just looking through them. The ones I thought were interesting. There's Neverwinter Nights. This one's just super plain. Just a white line. It's got gray lines sometimes, like, to differentiate. But I don't even know if that's intentional. Maybe that's just how it gets drawn on the screen. These nice little sort of metallic buttons. I don't know. They almost look wooden. Like that for all the little buttons. But yeah, it's very simple. Not much to it. The writing and most of these, this one has a border around it, right? Like black and white. Make it a little fancier. And I think I do need to have a font that does that with like a border around it. But this one didn't have anything like that. It just had its own special kind of UI. This was Wild Arms. I've always kind of liked Wild Arms one, but they just do this like kind of granite looking texture on the background, which kind of fits the theme of like a ruin diving game, right? They have like what I did with the offset on the numbers and the letters, right? So they just draw it and then they draw it offset by a pixel. So that is a style. I don't think I'll go with that though. I think that makes it look a little dated, though it is easy to do. The way their windows are pretty simple. There's a bit of variety there where like the top lines are brightest. I've noticed that theme to where the top and the bottom, you know, are like catching light and the sides are a lot dimmer. And I guess that makes it look better. So I'm gonna do that. I mean, most people seem to be doing it. And these are like the ones that are, these are the people I consider very good at what they do. So might as well copy them. And the way they highlight things is just making it get a little larger and get a little brighter. That's an interesting way to do it instead of this or the highlighting it like a button. There's a couple ideas to try. You can either make it get a little larger. You can have it light up or just have this like window around it. This is how the other way their selection thing works, which is similar to that one, where it just kind of like does this transparent box over it. But this actually changes the color of what's behind it as well, which is interesting. This is like a shader that's on top of it. Like, never think about all this stuff when you play a game, but like, even this is a lot more complex than just, it's not just a picture slapped on top. It's like it's even changing the color of what's behind it to make it stand out more. I didn't need to do that. And that's from World of Warcraft. They do this again, this kind of button. It went straight from Warcraft 3 to, yeah, I said the wrong thing. So straight from Warcraft 3 to World of Warcraft. But you can see the UI designer liked that idea. And this one, it actually has more of like a gem look to it, I'm noticing. Looks more like it's a jewel instead of an actual button. But it still kind of like lights from inside sort of way. I don't know if this is something put on top of it, or maybe it's just drawn, if each of them are drawn separately. They must be, because it's different sizes. It could be like an oval that they draw through code as well. I don't know, there's a lot of ways you could do something like that. I'm not exactly sure what, but I always like this because it's actually like a moving sort of panel, moves in and out. It's like sign on chains. That's an interesting one. This is, so for Saga Frontiers Remaster, they remastered their screens, which was basically what I was talking about, the white border with the gradient on it, right? This is what this is. So this is pretty much what it was. But this is how they decided to remaster it, is they just gave it this metallic look, right? So it's still like the same thing that it was before. The background's still the same, where it's just a gradient. But the gradient's got some transparency in it, which is a nice effect, where it goes to like transparent to more transparent. They throw, you know, I had these little flourishes on the corners that look nice. Yeah, it's very clean. I do like this. And honestly, I don't know. Do I want to go more towards this or more towards this over here? I think I'm gonna go more over here. I just really like this like metal border. Seems really good. And then I had some more stuff on the sides, but yeah, pretty much the same kind of thing. And this is sort of like those sort of plastic, or those, yeah, those gem sort of buttons. Similar style. You can see these things have like more of a highlight in the middle, you know, than on the edges. Same thing with all this, so that's interesting because that means you can't just tile it. I wonder, again with this, because these windows change sizes, right? I wonder if they have something like inbuilt that causes that glow effect to happen based on the size of the window, or is everything hard baked? I don't know. But their letters, again, this border style, I really like this border thing, so this is what I'm gonna try and look for, a type of font that has a border around it. But their other numbers, I don't know, same thing. I really thought this one was an offset, but no, just border numbers. Real clean, real easy to see, right? I think that's the important part. Yeah, so I need to get a font that's very similar to that. That's what I want. That was one of the things that I'm like, yeah, okay. And yeah, the more I see like updated UI, the more I see like that style being done. So it reaffirms that point. This is how they did like text boxes. Again, you've got this, it's not really even a gradient, just a, yeah, I don't know, just a alpha level. I love the way they did the windows here with these little like slashes. That's just an interesting, another way to do it, I guess. It's still kind of metallic, maybe not. but it's it kind of looks like toothpicks actually. But it's just another style of doing it, I guess. And then this is an old NES one I was looking for. I think I said earlier that SimCity was NES, but it's not. It's Super Nintendo. It's just very early Super Nintendo. I always think of it along the NES area. So I'm just correct that. I know, but sometimes I just say the wrong one. Anyway, yeah, old NES style menu, which I looked at a lot of the NES ones, but a lot of them, again, I think they were too simple. I kind of like this one because it actually has like a background to it, even though it's, you know, just black. Looks like some of the letters actually don't even quite, or they just barely fit in there. They left like a little room on the top, but the bottom's like touching on it, which looks a little weird to me. I think you should have at least one space in there of black. These letters, I believe, are just pure white. Very NES with that. And the way they do their selection thing is this little window. It's very Zelda as well. It's similar to that style. So, yeah. And then I think we looked at that one, but this one, so this is Breath of Fire 3 style. Again, sort of metallic. I don't even know, like, I want to know what these designers use for inspiration for this stuff. Like, what does this actually look like? Is it like a little metal tablet? It's kind of like a, if I was to compare it to anything, it's like a tablet that you'd find on like a nature trail, right? A little metal plaque. That's the closest thing I can compare it to. But I do love some of the stuff they've done here. Again, they've got this textured background, which these, I remember in this game, you can actually change like everything on here. They've got several windows and backgrounds and further backgrounds that you can change. But one thing I think is really cool is this, the way they did the window that has this light at the top of it that lights up based on what's been selected, and the letters like light up as well. But I thought that was kind of a neat, like it's got like, I don't know, a lot of them seem to me to either have like, well, they have like this almost electronic feel to it, to where, yeah, it's like the lights that are inside of an electrical cabinet or something, right? I'd noticed that theme a lot. And then just like most of them, they went with this 3 points but one curve, just to like break it up and make it look more interesting. I think their numbers don't have any sort of backing to them. They might have. This image is kind of low res, so it's hard to see. A lot of detail actually in these different windows. I've also noticed these pictures are kind of offset a bit, where they've got like some dark corner that look like they've been shaded in, so they're actually like recessed, which is an interesting touch. Those kind of things that go by and you don't really even look at them. I spent a lot of time looking at stuff like this to kind of figure out what I wanted, and I think I come up with, I might have a good idea of, like, I have a better understanding. Before I was just like so lost, but now I think I have some ideas of what to play around with. And you know what makes a game UI actually look polished compared to not. Okay, so I want the colors for this. Let me pull this one up. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something. I've got a pretty good sample of what my voice sounds like without any fans on. I'm gonna turn the fan back on because it gets hot. at this point in the video, if I notice that there's some more background noise in the microphone, then I'll just like do something about that. I don't know what to do about that. Because at least, I mean, the microphone used to be directly under that fan. It definitely didn't help that it was directly under that fan and right next to that fan. So now at least it's a little bit off to the side. I'll see. That might be causing background noise as well. Just trying to get the audio quality better, because I think it was really atrocious last stream and the one before it. Alright. So I want this palette, basically. I kind of want to know how I did this. It's been a while, but place this stuff over then. There we go. Yeah, I've got like this brown color on the windows as well. I'm thinking of using basically, I'm taking inspiration from this when I do my windows. So what I want to do first is I want to make corners. Basically, I can figure out what I'm going to do. And if I was real fancy, I'd code this all to where I know that some people make their windows and stuff through the coding alone, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to kind of do it by making the parts that I need, but I'll probably draw them myself. So let's do sort of four-corner thing. I don't know if this needs to be pixelated, maybe. I do have some colors here to use. I know I used this one. Keep that up on there. All right, how do I do this? Do I start with the brown? Yeah, add the highlights afterwards. So we're gonna start with this. So what kind of curves am I going to do here? Am I going to make it square? Am I going to curve it? A little curve sounds nice. Oh yeah, I need to start with black though. Do I? Actually, these don't start with black. Not. I think straight lines would help me out a lot here. Well, yeah, I probably do want to do more instead of trying to freehand it. Wise to do a line with a curve. Like that. That's just way too. So honestly, a lot of my highlighting I should probably do after the fact then. Well, not necessarily. Like if I don't want to highlight the center part and I just want to make it uniform, it should be fine. Okay. Let's work with this. Yeah, I feel really weird not facing my screen. We ended up turning this around. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Ooh. Really? All right. So this is the part that I add stuff to. The inside's pretty simple. No, it isn't. Fuck. Okay, I know what to do. Honestly, I think I should use the darker color. Too late. I'm using. Oh, I know. What color I use over here? Okay, great. Not sure what I used here before. If it was hard light, glow, or color difference. What is it? Color dodge? Color dodge. Alright, that's what I'm taking for my border, except for this bottom bit. I'm going to add a bit of color into it manually, so that it's just really the top middle and the bottom middle. But everything else is just copied, repeating pattern. Could be. And that's really all my border is. Maybe I do need the black outline though. I want it to match. It doesn't really match, so yeah, the black outline. I think it does look a little better, a little crisper. Alright, so I think that's my border. The second part needs to remain separated so I can color it and only it. So using that, I can now build all of my menus. Well, I'm still missing the background part, but we'll figure that out when we get like our first window. Alright, we can hide the two. Something that's always kept as a safety. Alright, so our first one we want is that pause screen that we were working on. What happened to it? Been 2 days, I've forgotten everything. There we go, hit you up. I'll make 4 of these. Oh, which is on. Okay. Right, to get what I want. What's the best way to do this? I'm pretty sure if I grabbed it here and then tried to stretch it, it would just pull it off the edge. Right? Maybe not. Let's just see. Okay, no. That will work. That means I'm gonna grab both of them. It just makes it easier to drag them both at the same time. Don't know why that changed back though. Go a little further, and that's probably smart. Because I'm just going to cover it up anyway. So yeah, I could just make a border pretty easily like that. Do the other coloration part myself. But that's kind of what I was thinking. Smarter. It's really close to the edge. But it actually drags it off. Honestly, if I'd have taken this one, copied it into the bottom corner, I'd do most of my work for me. Which one's the bottom corner? That one? Duplicate, and now that in. So it would have been smarter to figure out where it's going first. Oh well. That does pretty much everything. Ah, colors don't quite match now at that combining part. Strange. It probably would match if I didn't stretch it beyond it. Definitely. Yeah. What do I fit? Alright, delete this. Turns out I do not want to stretch it past it. Yeah, that's nice. Even looking one. Alright. Now, take that. Rotate. Okay. Move it where it goes. Alright, there's a window. Everything's set up with it. So the part that I need to combine everything together, but no, I need to draw my thing first. So I need the top and the bottom part. Or I separate them and combine them. I could do that. This is the part that I need to go over it with what I want to do. Maybe just an overlay. I'm thinking of doing this just custom on my own. Get that little bit of extra something like that. Pretty much it. Nice clean window. I'm going to do that for all windows in the game, I guess. Got that copper pipe look. So has that orange look most of the game has. Okay, so now I just need to figure out I can combine all this together. Yeah, just window border. Now I gotta figure out what the backgrounds look like. Well, I know it's gonna be. It's gonna start off as a black square. I wonder if it would be easier to just use selection tool here. I mean, it is pixel perfect, right? Word. Seems like it does. So I was thinking of using black and fading it out. So I need a pattern. I don't have a scale pattern on this. I have it on my computer. What other patterns do I have? All text. We have water texture. Maybe I use water. That makes sense in this game. I don't know if it'd look good. I might as well just try a couple things though, right? Find the one I'll fight. Also got these sand ones that I did. Sure. Let's just try a few things. Probably smart. Thinking of trying this crystal out. The other thing would be a net. I don't think I have. I might have a net in these. It's not anything I've done, but it might be one with Clip Studio. Where I just go find like a net texture. These are color patterns, text style. I guess I would have to search. There's AutoHack. Yeah, I'd really need to search. Thought I'll just find net, fishing net, honeycomb. There's wire. I mean, wire is basically a net. Alright, let's try these. Why did I put that at the very bottom? Wait, did I fuck up? I fucked up. Oops. Okay. I can fix that. Let's, edit, copy all that. I gotta go back until I put this on the wrong layer. The black background. I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff. Do that. Here. Paste it. There we go. Now they're separated. Now we go edit all that back in. This part. Okay. Now it's just on that. So, let's try this. I need to rasterize this. Rasterize that. Actually, I should not have read because it's too big. Same thing goes for this. Alright, I'm doing everything. Right, I need it to be the right size before I color it. But can I color it while it's like this? No. Alright. We're learning. I don't think this will work. Keep doing it, but make this look the same color as the meteorites. This way. Basically it right there. No way it works. Nah. Alright, that one's a bust. How about this? This is the one I'm most hopeful for because it kind of looks like a fishing net. If this does work, I'm going to copy it so I have another one. That looks okay as it is. Let's see. I can't really change the hue of it. Grayscale. Duration won't do anything. That's not bad. It actually fits really well too. -80. I like that a lot, actually. I think that's what we're going with. -80. Probably write that down somewhere. Alright, so that is called walling wire. -80 lumen. Okay. Yeah, I like that a lot. Should I go ahead and try the other ones though? I might as well. I mean, I'm already kind of set for that, but let's see. Maybe, you know, change my mind. Ever work? Like an orange or yeah. No. Oh. I like the wall, the wailing, the fence, basically. It looks like a net, though. This works really well. I'm going to go ahead and merge those together. It was normal as well. Right, so that's my pause window. I think everything on the pause window, I like that it sort of matches what I had before as well. It's just a more detailed version, right? But yeah, all my pause screen stuff will go in there. And then I think, question here is, do I want like little pieces that come out for different things? The only one I can really think of is quit, right? So what's usually in the pause? Okay, I thought about this before, but what was it? It was You got quit, options. We're not going to have a save or load game. I mean, I could set something up to where you go straight to key bindings, because key bindings is probably going to be its own window. Got key bindings, options, title screen, desktop. Would there be anything else? I could put an option for full screening the game here, I guess. I mean, not everybody knows that you can use Alt F4, or no, not Alt F4, Alt Enter. Right? It is Alt Enter. I know what it is, but trying to think of what it is harder. It's Alt Enter, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, not everybody knows you can use Alt and Enter to full screen. So putting it somewhere where you don't have to dig through options menu to full screen the game would be good. But all of the stuff that I've mentioned do not have this little thing that pops out. Only the quit, the title, or desktop might have that. But I do like the idea that quit the title or desktop is a little window that pops out. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do that. So, is there any reason not to just combine these? I don't think there is. Seeing as it's like hard baked in, everything I'm gonna have on it is going to be placed on top of it. Buttons and stuff. I guess that's something I haven't really thought about well. Like, I know I'm gonna have the different writing, but yeah, the selection thing I haven't really figured out what I'm gonna do for that. Because yeah, as you mouse over these different things or you use the gamepad to select different ones, it's gonna have some sort of selection thing. Which I think I'm fine just having words. I think words looks plenty good. I don't really like, I mean, the button thing is kind of interesting. It probably works for certain things, but I'm thinking of doing a selection thing. So I really need something that I can scale based off of what's underneath it. I don't know. That's going to be hard to do because I don't really know what size things are going to be. I mean, they're probably going to be as big as I can get them in the screen, just to, you know, ease of, what's the word I'm looking at? Accessibility. You want large font if you can. Problem is, if I do like a box that is scaled, I guess that would be the best idea. Make something in the middle of where it would be so that when I scale it up or down, it won't, the quality won't drop that much. I want some, I mean, it's not going to change much. As long as I do it like the basic size that I'll need, I can scale it in game. I think that's the way to go. Okay, let me think of how I'm going to do that then. So, here. Gotta say, I really like the way this one's done. Let me look at them all again. I mean, changing color of the text is something I can do. Change it from like white to orange. I really like the way this guy did his. I hate to copy so much, but I mean, I haven't copied that much. But the way this guy did his selection thing is just so good. I really like it. And it's easy to do. Yeah, I think I am going to do it. Alright, so what do I need here? I want to make a near... Doesn't actually have a tool for this. I want to do a perfect rectangle. I'm just going to make a rectangle with this. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. With 5. Actually, I can fill it in. It doesn't matter. Okay, this is the way I'm at. That's on the right layer. So something that'll be basically what the size of it would be, which is like this. Alright. Now we just edit this to make it look fancy and transparent. Overlay would not be the right way. Then it's just black. I guess normal. Some sort of texture brush. didn't plan this out super well. I need to make the inside transparent. It's not too hard. Use this. It's kind of what I'm thinking. It's similar, but my own thing. So basically, where are we at here? Yeah. So imagine we have the different options, and when you highlight one of them, this thing, yeah, goes over top of it, and the letter probably, or the word, will turn orange, and maybe even like grow a little bit. So it's taking some lessons from all the stuff I looked at. I like that, and that way it's just very obvious what you've selected. And then I can resize this, which will look a little weird, but not too bad. It's basically the size it needs to be to select things. We'll try that out. Maybe, you know, if I have to come back to it, whatever. This will be selection. Alright, so we got that. So the last little bit, yeah, I just want to make the part that comes out here. So that here. And now I have an idea for how big this should probably be. By using this. Because this will probably be like 2 of these wide with a little space in it. But if quit's going to be up here, I want it to be next to the quit. Well, let's use that as a reference for how big our window should be. Because that will also have a selection over top of it. That's just kind of like an identifier. Okay. Go up here. Part. Duplicate the whole thing. Oh, right. And I can combine these two. You know, make it a little easier. So this is Paul's window. Well, I like it. Actually, it turned out pretty well. We fretted about it a little too much. But I really had no idea what the hell I was going to do when I started. Alright, this, we don't need that part. come out. Got this. So we just want to kind of be right around that. That's going to be hard. Oh no, I can just squish him, that'll be fine. Okay. So I want to do 2 of these. These 2 are for those corners, and then I copy that bottom one when I do the other side. So it goes like that. Goes where they're supposed to be. Right, this one though is actually going to go off the screen here, so that doesn't even matter. But actually, yeah, this one doesn't matter. Delete it. I'm just going to drag that over until it touches. I'm going to have it come out World of Warcraft style, not Warcraft 3 style. This game's always mixing up. But yeah, I'm going to have it, when you click on quit, this thing's going to, you know, come out. And I'm just going to use like surface drawing, whatever, to have it come out, and then you select your option, and it looks nice. It looks like I cared about it when I did it, which I did. Go. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I guess I'll make it a little longer. I'm gonna put it behind it anyway. Alright, can't use selection tool. Now I can. Nope, it doesn't work like that. Fortunate. Well, as long as it's underneath it, it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, that's right. You just do this. Go to the next layer. Learn this time. Alright, so this goes down to 75. This gets turned on. And this needs to kind of match that, which it already sort of does. Well, no wonder it does. I saved it when I did it. Go there. Do that. Yeah, I can't change the kernel correction. Oh, I gotta rasterize it. So I just changed that to -80. And merge everything together. Close. Quit window. Right. There we go. So we got pause, and then when you select quit, this pops out. Select your option. Where's the selection? Yeah, no. The rest of it will open up the windows that we're going to be making here in a bit. But I'm happy with that. Cool. So that's basically what we're going to be doing for everything. Oh yeah, I remember when I was going over this, I forgot about the time advancing part. Need to do that. Oh yeah, man, I don't have my mic here anymore. I can put my feet under the table. I was always in danger of kicking the mic before because it was right behind the table. I like this actually. I'm pretty happy with how it's working. One thing I could add though is do like a bit of a shade. Yeah, I'm gonna do some shading on it as well. Not hard to do. Just give it a little more depth. This would have been a good reason to keep them separated. Yeah, because now I can't do it without going over that. Ah, crap. Yeah, fucked up. I'd like to shade just the top and the side, but because I combined them together, I can't just shade the back part, which is the only thing I want shaded. And there's no easy way to select it either. I've got to go all the way back to what I had before. Ah, fuck. Alright, there's no way around that. Back before I combined them all. That one's separated. Go back all the way to where I combined the other one. That was when I combined those two. Okay. So I delete this. That border, that's the background. Now I go edit, paste. I got that back. Find these two. Alright, now I can shade them without screwing everything up. And now I'll know to do that in the future. Because of the transparency, it's not really doing as much as I want. I really want to make it more transparent or more opaque. Do that. Okay, I know what I need to do. This needs to just be no hard light. This is just normal, non-clip. This. Do too much. This too. Okay. Now. We're outside. Just affecting the part that I want it to affect. Thing. Are we sure this time? I think I just want to do the top corner, so that looks fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. I can bottom up. Do that for this. So no hard light. There we go. Just now it's got a little depth to it. I think that looks a lot better. I want to back all these again. Pause menu. Or pause menu. Did I spell that right? Now what I'm going to do, I don't know if I should chop that excess off. I should at least make it look even in case it does stick out. Alright. All good. I never did a... Do I want it to say pause? I don't think it needs to say pause. Like, kind of redundant. You know it's paused. right? Nothing will be moving when you hit it. Oh, something I haven't done is, do I want any? No, I don't. I decided not to do it. Okay, I think we're all good. I can delete this. There we go. Okay, that's stage UI. Delete this again. Don't want this, so I know what I'm doing in the future. All right, what's next? All right, so what's next? I just said that. That was a pause UI. We've done stage UI. Done overworld UI. Depth finder. So research screen. Oh no, research screen. Yeah, it's kind of a thing. Okay. Yeah, I have so many researches that I wanted to just make a screen that I can use as a template for all the research stuff. Which, unfortunately, that one is one that I'm not too sure about. Look at the XCOM thing again. So the idea with the cutscenes is that there'll be like a dissection table where you're cutting up the animal or cutting it. And then there'll be like 2 pictures that are custom based on the creature. So, for example, if you're dissecting the stingray, you'll see the stingray on the table. You know, all the creatures are like that. You'll see them on the table. But in the case of like the stingray, there'll be like a close-up shot of its stinger and what it looks like now. And maybe a close-up shot of like, you know, just like some feature on it. And I think I figured all those out. And then there's got to be like a spot for text. Right, so like for the jellyfish, there's the dissection thing on the table. And then there's, so they're going to like extract meteorite soot on the finger. Oh, description's the other part, so it's just one picture. Okay, dissection table, one picture. I think the picture will be, it will be in a different place depending on what creature maybe, or I don't know. All right, let me think about it. Right, so let's say the dissection table is always over here. So we'll come up with some sort of basic like tray or something that our creature is set inside. So basically I'm figuring out how does this scene not change, right? But having everything I need ready to go. So what I'm thinking is maybe like, I like the idea of just like cutting out a triangle instead. And being like, this triangle is whatever the picture is. So you've got, you know, creature on that picture, whatever custom picture it is that goes along with it. And then the description bit will be all in here. At least that way it's not cut up into rectangles, which is kind of boring. I think I should rotate that though, do it like this way. could even do something fancy and have this little triangle piece. How it comes out is based off of, or it changes. So sometimes it'll be like, you know, left to top right. Sometimes it'll be this way, sometimes this way, sometimes that way. And the text will just go accordingly. That way they're, you know, they're at least a little bit more different between each other. And I love the idea that, okay, so when this comes up, the text will just be, it'll start writing in, right, filling out. And then after it reaches like a halfway point is when the second picture comes in. So it just slides in. Either if it's like on this side, then it'll slide down. If it's on this side, it'll slide over, you know, yada yada. And of course, if you press a button, it just skips to the final place that it's supposed to be at. I like that idea. I'm gonna write that down. All right. So now I just need to think, what does this stuff all look like? Well, I mean, I guess all I need to know is this will have like a border, probably like a window border. I don't think there'll be like a full border around the whole thing. I think it's all going to be like a background. I think this thing should be a border as well. I think that's it. I'm just going to do like my little border thing that I did before as the separators. And the only thing I really have to draw right now is the tray and whatever is in this scene. I was thinking maybe it's like a dissection table with people standing around it. That's one idea, or it could just, I mean, that makes it a little more complicated when I could just draw the table, the tray itself that whatever it is sitting on, which would be a lot easier. I think I'll just draw a tray. Yeah. Simple is the key. Alright, well that makes this pretty simple then. Just need this. I'm gonna make a thing. Call this research. And I don't even need like this whole thing. I can just cut out what I need, which would be this part. In fact, that. There we go. Perfect. The problem with this is it changes depending on which angle, which way it's facing. This is like where the top is. Maybe I just do it sideways and I change it in code. Alright, if I did it like this, that should be big enough to fit any one I ever need. I guess I'll just do 4 of these, honestly. It's silly, but I think it's the easiest way. Oh yeah, do that. These where I want them. I think that's kind of hard to eyeball it. Used to. That's weird. Why does that happen? Oh, I know why. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. This. Alright, it should work if I just fill it in. Except for I should use black. Alright, so I've got the divider. I've got the different windows that could show up. What I didn't really do right was make that highlight be directly in the middle of them. Also, it should have flipped. Golly. Does it matter that much? Not really. Nobody will notice that. Only I'll know that. And you. Alright. I think with this, what I'm going to do... Actually, I like this idea. Filling in these little panels, might as well. So now I just do the little tray. And then whatever it is gets drawn on top. And whatever cutscene thing is over there. And then the black part of that, I'll just do in code. Be just fine. Do the tray. Alright. But I like that the dissection trays are just lasagna pans. Really? True. Need a good top-down view of one. A good one. Very small. That's a big one. I don't know. God, you can't see this, right? Good. A lot of dead animals on screen right now. Ooh, and opened up animals. I like these blue ones. That's interesting. But I can't get a top-down view of one. Oh, that's really good. Okay, this is what I'm using. Perfect. I wonder if I should just bring this over and put it in. I like it's got like all the little instruments you might use. That's a nice little touch. I should probably gonna copy this pretty much. Okay. There's a dead frog in this, but don't worry, he's fine. He walked it up. Can't get more authentic than this. Like this, it's got the little notebook next to it as well. And that's basically what I want. Yeah, the little notebook is such a neat idea. I could have, if I'd have set this up a different way, I could have made it to where it was all one screen and the notebook was actually like research notes. That would have been a lot smarter. I was just following like the XCOM example, but Now that I think about it, that would have been a lot nicer. I don't know, but I did really like it. On this? No. Real dinged up tray too. A lot more interesting than what I was thinking. I was just going to do like a plain ordinary tray. I like this like plastic crumpled look. Like it's been used a lot. Used and abused. Listen. Nice. I haven't used the blur tool. Alright, I'm liking this. Okay, one thing I could do. Let this drip brush do. Yeah, okay. Alright, so the last thing is these little scissors and pins and things. Thinking about combining all this now. Usually a bad idea, but I don't see any reason not to. This is all on bottom. So I'll go ahead and combine them. Got that later. Stretch out. Oh. Wonder how much I want to copy. Really like the little pin stuck in it. Let's draw a scalpel instead of scissors. Scalp. Alright. Well, spent a lot more time on that than I thought I would, but it looks good. It's totally what I didn't expect, but yeah, this picture gave me an idea and I ran with it. Alright. This. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. So yeah, this will pop up, that area will be black. We'll have the creature sitting on the tree, whatever we happen to be researching. And then once half of the text appears, whatever that's going to be, one of the pictures slides in the frame depending on which one I happen to pick. I'll have the picture in there and I'll draw all that as part of the cutscenes later. So, is there anything on this? No. Alright, we have research UI. Save. Always be saving. 3 hours. Alright, next would be the dock selection screen, which is this one. My ear. So I think this is going to be like what I did with the borders. I really need to figure out how many I need and whatnot. So do this a little more precise. Dock selection screen. Well, we know what items we've got. A good way to start. Maybe I should type all this out instead. Yeah, I guess so. Alright. Oh yeah, my ear is killing me. Alright. dock selection screen. So we've got, first thing we'll research is a meteorite. Let's call it map piece. Well, no, that's not map piece. So you got to bring all 3 map parts. Like this one's gonna look different. How do I signal how many map pieces you brought? We're gonna have to put it on the icon and have like 3 little ticks that are filling up. Or I just make the icon like the map and then certain pieces are missing. Yeah, I like that idea. Okay. So this is just map. Because you gotta fill in, you gotta get all 3 parts of the map before you can actually research it. So compass. I think the part you're researching is actually the completed item, kind of like the map. So instead of compass, it would be like whatever that is, underwater detector. No, can I use the compass as item? Yeah, I guess so. Large meteorite. So those are kind of like their own section. If I can keep those together, it'd probably be better. Because they're not like the other ones, which are more like autopsy. So we've got the tentacle that. Jellyfish. I'm gonna do this in the order that you probably do it in. Salmon, crab, probably eel next, and we have octopus. Stingray, shark, angler, tentacle. All right, there's some more. There's also, this needs to be its own kind of section. The scuba, the suit, and the sub. Honestly, I think these can all be one thing, and it just upgrades. Well, okay, let me think about it. I want it to be anytime you get destroyed, you can go and fix it. But, okay, I think what I do, I'll make it be like an icon for the scuba suit, right? And as soon as you unlock that, that's a permanent one, that icon will change to the underwater, the dive suit. And then once you upgrade that, it'll change to the submarine. But if you ever lose your suit, it'll change back to the suit, so that you can't research a submarine until you have a suit. I think that's a good way to stop it from going straight the sub. And then that way you can just like click on or select that icon. If you go all the way back to scuba and you've got the meteorites, you can just click on that icon twice and you'll get back in the sub real quick instead of going and finding each different one, right? So it's like one thing is one upgrade button basically that changes depending on your situation. I think that's what I want to do. So that's technically one. Two, three, four, five. I could even do that with all these upgrades, because they technically have to be done in order, and I can condense these down to all be number 2, because you can't do them out of order in this game. What do I think about that? That is true. You have to do the meteorite first before you can get the map. And then that icon becomes the map. That icon becomes the compass. That icon becomes the meteor. It just makes sense. So that's one more space that I don't have to fill. Okay. But all the different creatures, I definitely want to be their own thing. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 squared. Not a happy number. Yeah. Oh well. Are there any other research things or things that you can do in Doc that I'm forgetting about? I don't think so. I don't remember anything else. Okay, let me look through all the cutscenes. So you research the meteorite, jellyfish, salmon crab, get the wetsuit. Depth finder is kind of its own thing though. Not something you actually activate. Stingray, octopus, eel, corals. So I had this idea that it would be fun to make an achievement that if you beat the final boss without ever upgrading past the snorkel, you can get like a special achievement. Which would mean I'd have to code the game in a way where you don't have to upgrade your main guy ever. It would be very difficult. Like, that would just make it to where you're constantly weak. There are some upgrades that can help you out, but they're rare. But I like the idea of if people want to like challenge themselves and try and beat the game without ever upgrading, they can, right? There's no reason to limit that and say it doesn't happen. And you know, it's a good, like, one of the hardest achievements you can get. I can add in. I don't know what the reward for the player completing it would be. I don't want to do anything too complicated outside of the achievement. Usually it's a good idea to like reward the player in some way for their effort. If I could do something using only what I've already got, maybe I'll do that. But I can't think of anything. I don't know, that's an idea that I might do, I might not, but I should at least attempt to do this sequence of events where you don't have to upgrade the main character. Because I think that would be a good idea. Alright. So yeah, the meteorite turns into the map, compass, large meteorite, which is the final thing. Is something missing? Oh, the depth finder. That's missing. That's because that's what you use to find the first one. Yeah, okay. That one doesn't count. Okay. Guess so. Dang, it sucks that there's 11. Not gonna make things look that pretty. I could remove the tentacle entirely. I just wanted to make it to where you can actually research a part of the alien. I thought it'd be interesting. If you can do enough damage to the alien in a normal stage, they'll drop a tentacle and run off. Just like a one-time effect that could happen. And that way you can get a little information on it. That was the idea. And we just say it grows back, you know. So I don't have to draw anything. I like that being kind of a secret research. So the other ones are pretty obvious, and I'll just have that tentacle be like at the bottom or something. So it'll look like there's only 10, but that tentacle one will just like fill in a spot. Kind of like a secret research option. Which, I mean, the idea is you can only get this if you have like the sub and you go to like a deep area. I'll figure out like how much damage you can do, but basically I'm going to make it to where, yeah, you have to get like the full, or you know, a pretty high amount of damage to them before it'll drop it. And the idea is most players will give up trying to fight them when they realize it doesn't do much. Thing is, you can't actually kill them before the final stage. But if somebody persists and actually really tries to kill them, they'll be rewarded with the secret research. Kind of like that. I like that idea. So, okay. We're going to make it where there's 10 slots. And there's space for one more slot. Kind of like a hidden one. Alright. So, what does that mean for this? So I was thinking before, yeah, there'll be like a little description, but I don't even know if I want that. Hey, it's going to be a big rectangle. Five spaces, 1, 2. Yeah, nothing's going to work with 11. Spacing. I'll figure it out later. Use a grid or something. Alright. So if it's like this, and then we have secret one. Do I really need text to be like, you know, what does this icon do? I mean, it would be useful to have text to be like, how do I, if it's gray, how do I trigger, you know, how do I find that thing? Basically to guide players who don't know what to do. I don't want to do too much hand holding, I don't think. I also gotta think, like, how do these things reveal themselves? I mean, meteorite's pretty simple. I think this one is one. It'll always be there, and it'll be like the meteorite grayed out, right? Because that's like your first objective in the game. So you'll at least have that much to go off of. So the first time you open the dock and you haven't done anything else, you'll just see this gray square with a picture of a meteorite. And that should be enough for the player. They can't like click on it or anything. If they click on it, it gives them like a little cancel noise. So, you know, done up or something. So that should be enough to tell them, okay, I need to go get that thing and bring it back, hopefully. So once they do that and they pick one up, or if they see that, yeah, they'll pick that item up. And they might be like, what am I supposed to do with this item? But I don't think it should be too complicated that you take it back to port. And especially if I do something in the cutscenes to be like, I need to go get this item or something. To where, okay, I got it, go back, and then you'll be on the screen, and once you have that item, how does this work? Because I kind of want it to color in after you've done the cutscene, right? It's like earning a little achievement badge, but not sure. Because otherwise, there's no reason to even click on any of this stuff, right? Because, okay, so this is how it would work. You got the meteorite, you go back. There's no real reason to click on it if it's gray. And I don't want the player to just like leave and not click on it, because the item is something you have to spend. So is the whole point of clicking on it even worth it? When it should just, if you have the item, it should just go straight into the cutscene when you go into port, right? And then it just reveals it, showing that you've completed it. There shouldn't really be any reason to click on anything outside of, I guess, okay, this would be the suit. Yeah, that's the suit. The suit's the only reason you'd come back to port again. No, that's not true, because each of the researches cost like a certain amount of meteorite fragments, that's right. So that would be the other thing. That's why I feel like I need to have something on the side to have like the item and then the cost, what you need. So, right, if you're like hovering over the first one or the second one, whatever it is, if you come back and you have the item that was required, that item, this would be like, there'd be nothing here, but once you bring that item back, this would be filled out, and then basically you have successfully brought the item back, you just haven't, you know, paid for it yet. So you can, if you don't have enough, you can go out and get another item, bring it, put it in, and then once you have enough meteorite fragments, then you click on it to pay for it. So I think that's how I'll do it. And then if I'm going to do it that way, then I can have a short little description here. Okay, so I think this is what the menu is going to end up looking like. I have to draw all these icons as well. Wow. I don't think this is going to be a full screen thing. It's going to be just like my window for the pause screen, so that you can kind of see through it and you can see around it. Because I want like a little cutscene to play where the ship's pulling in, and then this fades in. Maybe the background blurs. Okay. Let's use a grid. Make this look nice. All right. Oh. Yeah. One thing I want to do is squish these. I have perfect. I want to make it not obvious that that one's there. These ones look, without that one in the middle, you'd think that there's nothing actually there until you actually revealed it. I can use the grid for anything here. I'm just going to have to eyeball it. I hope that mic's picking me up. Should be. Okay. Images and fun. I mean, it would be really good if I just use what I have. Though that might not be big enough. All right. I just use these items that I've got already. Put all these in here, right? Good. I can just use those images. I can even use this box. I'll probably make something that looks better. If these are too big. I don't have the square. Look at the square, that was dumb. Thinking about using these high def images, and just making, yeah, probably too big. If I shrink them down just a little bit and give them a special border, it'd look a lot better. I think that's what I'll do. Alright, I don't think this is too different. Yeah, that was just to keep. Duplicate this, put it in here. One window, the window border. And we'll use this. Create a whole bunch of windows. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm at like 4 hours. I have 3.5. It's fine. Yeah, 2:30. I feel like stop. Now this, I think I've got the difficult part figured out. Now it's just like more tedium. But you know, I'm just making a bunch of windows. It'd be any different from anything I've done already. And I'm gonna use the icons I've already got and draw those all up and just make them a little bit bigger, higher definition. After this is done, we still have cutscene UI, or at least the back of what it is supposed to look like, kind of like I did with the research UI. The title menu, which I was thinking about what I want for a title menu, and I changed my mind. I'm gonna go with the more like peaceful. I'm gonna just use like one of my ocean backgrounds and put some fish in it or something. And that's all it's going to be. And it might change depending on how much you've researched. I like the idea of a background that changes so that you'll see some of the enemies showing up. But yeah, it's just kind of show off the game. I like that idea. Anything you've researched might show up on screen. Or not. It might just be a peaceful little background. I think that's what I'm going to go with. The reason for that is because I was going to put the alien right on the screen, but I really want the reveal for the alien should be, you know, you don't know what it looks like, so I don't want to just like reveal the main villain immediately. Kind of like Jaws, right? There's the whole point is they didn't show Jaws till further along because their machine was broken. They use the same principle. So yeah, I figured just go with some sort of like peaceful kind of background, and I get to show off all the little background fish moving around or something. It'll be something like that. I'll just do like a random scene. And then the load menu probably won't be much different from this, but it'll just have like a couple save states maybe. I don't know if I'll even do that. We'll see. Options menu, I'll have to figure out what options I'm doing. I don't know if I want to put off the options and key binding stuff till much later. That one's confusing, because usually you don't know what options are going in the game until it's mostly complete. Right, I don't want to be drawing things I'm not going to use, but maybe I can use what I've already got for all the different options. I'm not sure. I'll probably skip an options menu because that one I'm not sure about. I mean, key bindings, I can definitely do that because there's nothing to predict there. I just have there's so many buttons and you can set them, so I can do that. That's going to take a bit because I got to draw all the keys that you can set. And then the game over screen, which I don't think is going to be that complicated. Basically just what we've got on a black screen. And then once I do all that, I'm drawing cutscenes. And I've got most of them already written out. They should be mostly single frames, a couple animations in there. The idea is not to spend a lot of time on it, but we'll get all the cutscenes going, drawn up, and then on the sound effects and music, another one that I don't know about. Alright, I'm stopping here. Hopefully the mic was a lot better this time. Later.